Well, I think in this time more trans women are being incarcerated more than ever is because even though there are a lot of resources available today, we still face a lot of discrimination, and a lot of us, we lose hope that leads to prostitution, and more than likely you'll end up going to jail.
And people that are in prison, not because they've committed crimes, it's because they're poor and they don't have money for good attorneys, and public defenders are overworked, underpaid. They sort of don't know the plight of the underserved and the underprivileged, and they also come with a whole nother, with their own set of values.
Years ago, back in the 80s, when trannies were growing up and coming of age, there was no place for us in society, and we were kind of put out on the fringes of society. We were allowed by society to be the hookers late at night, do little petty crimes, be little petty drug dealers, but we were never allowed to be in somebody's business, to represent their business standing at a counter. And the real safe place for us was out there on the streets, in the little underworld or whatever you want to call it, being petty criminals coming in and out of jails and stuff. And I've done a 9-year term and a 13-year term back to back in prison behind growing up out there on the street.
I've had maybe 100 prostitution cases, drug and other offenses. And so when you go to court, they shackle you to each other, and you don't. When you go inside the courtroom, a public defender is appointed to you, but you don't get to say anything. They do all the talking. So the public defender does talk to you and ask you about your case, but you never get to talk in court. He just gets to talk for you, and so whatever the sentence the judge gives you, you have to do.
They called me a thing. You know, I had to sleep on the floor for a week. They had no transgender cells. My first day, I had to suck 65 guys off. Yes, or get my ass kicked. And I was sexually assaulted by the guards, and then the guards tried to charge me for saying that I was a homosexual and charge me for indecent exposure. And I basically had to fight every day.
We have no justice in there. We have to do what basically either a guard tells us or one of the inmates, so there where our lives can be spared and not be shamed.
All I want to say is that prison is like the worst experience anybody can go through. People get sent there because they're poor, because they can't get jobs, because they don't have anything else going for them, because they're different, because they don't have an education, because people on the mainstream society don't want to deal with them. That's why they're growing by leaps and bounds, and they're going to continue to grow until things change.
The criminal system is really set in place to have people come and to be in that revolving door, to come in and to go out, to come in and to go out.
And so it becomes this sort of vicious circle, because once you've been to prison, you can't get a job, and if you can't get a job, you do have to eat. And so people are going to eat and stay off the street, and so you commit a crime because you couldn't get a job, because you were an ex-con, and then you're back in prison. And, before you know it, your life's over, and that's what your life has been, constant in and out of prison.
Well, most of my tranny friends are, when they go to prison, they get out, they do the shelters. Well, when I left and got my housing, and then I lost my housing, I went back to the shelter. All my friends were back in jail. So I don't know if there's a parole violation or probation violation, but it's real scary not to see them anymore.
I know that if I ever went to prison, I would be torn, because I would be very scared that I wouldn't be able to get my hormones and my medications that I need, to keep me healthy and keep me growing as a woman.
Where I was from, they had a half a hose like from the fire department, and they would hose you down and they would strip your clothes off of you. They would check your rectum to make sure there was nothing in your rectum, and also lift up your balls. They would rape, call you names, beat you with a billy club when I was arrested twice.
And they made me the house wife of the cell, so I had to do the chores, I had to clean up, I had to wash uniform, I had to be the house lady. And it was really intimidating.
Because they perpetrate stereotypes and report only negative news. Very rarely do you see positive stories from inner cities. For example, various people rising up from their beginnings. They always report on gangs and murders and various crimes that goes on. Very rarely do you ever see a positive report. It's always negative news because negative news sells.
Prison is just part of a larger endemic problem. It's corporate. We've got to keep people employed. We've got to keep prison guards employed and sheriffs employed and cooks in prison and medical help in prison and people that build prison and construction companies. They're all part of this whole industrial complex that perpetuates that.
And prisons are a big business. People are making billions of dollars off of prisons. It takes millions to build them, and they're making billions of dollars off of prisons.
I think it's deplorable. Once upon a time when I was younger, schools used to be the thing. But, you know, time went on and people started debunking schools and doing what they want to do and getting in trouble. And now they're saying that jail is the thing. But I don't think jail is the answer. What we need is good psychological help for people, so we won't have as many prison systems. Therefore, we can fund more schools.
Because I'm sick and tired of seeing so many of my trans sisters being incarcerated over something that could have been prevented. And I would like to make a change. That's why I'm in school, I'm taking care of my business, and I'm doing what I can do in this society.
So I just felt that I had a response to her answer to the question, and I think that transformation at the individual level that way really has such a powerful rippling effect, because I think energetically, you know, there's a really big impact on, you know, the community, you know, around her. It just redirects that negative energy, you know, from stressful conditions and the disparities, you know, in another direction that's productive, that's positive, that's not, you know, contributing to the prison system.
I don't think that people in general are safer with more prison. I think the status quo is safer with more prison because they create scare tactics in which they say that, oh, there's a epidemic of black people running amok or people of color running amok, so they scare the nation, the United States of America, on television, saying that we can't stand it no more. We're going to start looting, and as if, you know, that's our MO, our stereotype, you know.
Hi, my name is Miss Billy Cooper, and I am a proud member of TGI Justice, and I oppose prisons.
My name is Patty. I'm a proud member of TGI Justice, and I oppose prisons.
Hi, my name is Bo Derek, and I'm part of TGI Justice Project. It stands for Transgender Intersex Justice Project, and we oppose prisons.
My name is Broderick. I'm a proud member of TGI Justice, and I oppose prisons.
Hi, my name is Kiki Robinson, and I am a proud member of TGI Justice Project, and I oppose prisons.
Hi, my name is Lynn Johnson Rawls, and I am proud to be a member of TGI Justice, and I'm opposed to prisons.
Hi, I'm Tricia, and I am a proud member of TGI Justice Project, and I'm very opposed to prison.